Okay, for the 100th time, this has nothing to do with how cute you two are.
Super cute.
That's not even a word! Wiccans don't hate other people based on how they look. Only Mormons do that.
I'm sure they do.
Then, why does the Swordfire Coven want us destroyed, Lord Priest Tremont? What did we ever do to them?
The Swordfire Coven isn't your problem, Agnes.
Then why?
Look, the witches in the Swordfire Coven are just a bunch of hired thugs. They're acting on orders from others.
Who?
Why do you keep doing that?
She has Ricky Martin syndrome. It's so weird, isn't it?
For the last time. It's Rickenhauser syndrome, you idiot.
To answer your question, Agnes, myself and the other leading witches on the High Council have no idea what's going on. But we have our fears.
You're thinking of war, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, consider it. The time is now right for a new period of darksome troubles.
Just like before the start of the last war, when the great harbingers of misery and turmoil made themselves known.
Precisely. And Beercan should know, ladies, he and I fought in the previous Coven War. Consider the evidence. The world's economy is in the tank. People are losing their jobs, their homes, their sense of well-being. Well, we've still done little about climate change, and we're still polluting the planet with oil spills and strip mining.
Tell me about it. I have had such a hard time finding work.
Do I even want to know? Why not? Curiosity about others is a valued Wiccan trait. What is it that you do for a living?
I'm a model.
Like what, a fashion model?
Sorta.
She's an elbow model.
Well, what is that? Is some kind of new fashion house in Paris, like Dior or Chanel?
It's like some kind of joint in the human body. Like the knee or the shoulder.
She's jealous.
People take pictures of your elbows?
Look how perfect they are.
Everything you've said makes sense, Lord Priest Tremont. Us Wiccans are very elemental people.
What we think is this, that there's a new Coven War coming, and that the Coven of the Horizon Moon Children is being targeted because it's one half of the revealed symmetry of struggle.
That doesn't make any sense. How can we be part of the revealed symmetry of struggle and the war hasn't started?
Hold on a second. What is the revealed symmetry of struggle?
Whoa, wait a minute. You mean there's something about Wicca that I know that you don't?
I'm as shocked as you are.
Madam Vice Covendress,
Yes, Madam Covendress.
please record it in the official book of Coven Records that Morgana doesn't know everything there is to know about everything there is to know about anything.
In all fairness, Lady Vainglory, it is an obscure reference to a very dark time in Wiccan history.
Max, darling, do you have any idea how smug she can be?
And another thing, Lady Vainglory. I am a member of the Wiccan High Council. It's not appropriate for you to even use my first name, let alone call me darling.
Just practicing for when we're married.
Hey!
Be that as it may, it is still wildly Wait, what?
Anyway,
The revealed symmetry of struggle was first shown at the last Coven War, Morgana. The principle is this: one coven to start a war, one coven to end it.
That's very good, Lady Vainglory.
Thank you, honey.
so you're saying, Lord Priest Tremont, that we're what?
That even though the war hasn't yet started, Somehow, some way, the coven of the Horizon Moon Children has been identified as the coven that will end the coming war. How this was able to be done, we have no idea. It's an amazing feat of witchcraft, quite frankly.
But if we're the coven to end the war, and the Swordfire Coven, or whoever they're working for, manage to prevent us from doing that,
Consequences will be unimaginable, Beer Can.
Excuse me? May I ask which coven it was that ended the previous war?
Man, that is so weird. It was the Coven of Ostar's Children, Agnes, that ended the previous war. Beer Can and I knew them.
did indeed. Fine bunch of witches. Finest I ever knew.
Oh. And what happened to them? If I may ask.
Oh, they died horrible, horrible deaths. We still find pieces of them from time to time. As a matter of fact, Beer Can, remember Duncan, Cauldron Keeper of Ostar's Children?
Of course, a tall guy, red hair.
They finally found his head. Nearly 25 years later, his head finally turns up.
You don't say. Well, I bet his wife is relieved.
No, his wife was in the coven also, remember?
Oh, right. Fat chick with the mustache. How'd she die in the war again?
Car bomb.
Right.
I was 3 blocks away when it happened. Her teeth came whizzing by my head like they were shotgun pellets and embedded themselves in a telephone pole behind me. From 3 blocks away.
Tragic. Just tragic.
Excuse me. But are you telling me that if our coven becomes involved in this war that you're talking about, that Morgana's head might go missing?
Hey!
Or she gets blown up by a car bomb.
Hey!
I don't want Morgana to die. I like her.
I'm not going to die.
Or your head might go missing and you might get blown up by a car bomb.
Impossible.
That kind of stuff doesn't happen to us. We've never even had a pimple.
That's true. I spent from the ages 12 to 17 taking a Clearasil bath every night while these two walked around with skin like marble.
Besides, I trust you to protect me.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, you all need to realize that if this war comes to pass, it's going to be frightening and more than a little dangerous. Beer can attest to that.
I've seen things.
Where on earth did you find those two?
I've known them since kindergarten, sir.
I've known a lot of people since kindergarten also. Most of them are morons, so I've never felt the need to form a coven with them.
I know. I feel sorry for them. I really do.
And how on Uma's eyelids did Calliope get to become Coventress?
You're kidding me, right? They vote for each other. I always lose 2-1. Even then, they still make me count the votes. Anyway, forget about that. What was Natrix talking about when she said I knew what they wanted?
It's to do with Agnes, Lady Windsong.
Agnes?
Believe it or not, this coming war is going to hinge on Agnes.
You do realize you'll never be able to protect them from me, my love.